What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to be taking a look at why I personally believe VEVE won't be introducing Pokemon in the near future and why I actually feel this could damage their brand long term if they were to introduce this juggernaut franchise into their application this early on in the NFT space and in VEVE's journey into becoming what I would believe is the market leader within NFTs. So before I jump into that, I just want to say I want to see Pokemon introduced. I want to see VEVE bring Pokemon into this space. This is not anything negative. This is a more neutral standpoint. I'm looking at this from a sort of statistic base. Why I believe this isn't going to happen right now. But I want to get my Charizard. I want a Pikachu. I want a Mewtwo. These are my favourite Pokemon. I want to see these introduced. I just don't feel like they are ready for this right now. And I think looking at the numbers from Pokemon Go's launch, I think we can start to get an idea about why they're not talking about it, why VEVE aren't showing sort of little Easter eggs, which they do in their marketing, why they're not really presenting Pokemon as of right now, and even as far to say in one of their videos when they were asking questions to the head of licensing, well, they didn't want Pokemon questions being asked. Because I just don't feel the application is focusing on this right now, and I just don't think they're ready for it. So I just want to take your attention here to the 6th of July in 2016. This was the point where Pokemon Go was released, an augmented reality, sort of a first of its kind within the application, within Pokemon, being able to go out and catch Pokemon using Pokeballs. You know, this was a global trend. Everybody was doing it, or certainly a lot of people were doing it. And I'm going to take this data point as a point of reference to give you an idea about how much influence this brand actually has and how powerful and how loyal their fan base are and why really this isn't the right move for VEVE right now. So if we take a look into the sort of cumulative downloads, by September 2016, Pokemon Go had been downloaded 500 million times. You know, let that sink in quickly. 500 million people downloaded this in between a 1 to 3 month period of it being launched. This just justifies to me why this is the biggest media franchise in the world. Their fan base are so loyal to Pokemon. They are so loyal. They follow them within their new ideas and the new things they want to get involved with. And so what I want to do is I want to sort of take a look at, you know, VEVE have had 250,000 downloads as of right now, which is an incredible achievement for an emerging market of NFTs, this unestablished market, for the demand it's already showing, the millions they're already producing. I mean, they are doing incredible things, and I actually believe they're taking this at the right pace. They're taking every step at the right pace, introducing the right brands that won't destroy the application, that still facilitates that demand, that they can iron out the bugs, that they can deliver the NFTs, they can start delivering higher volumes of NFTs, is what we saw in the DeLorean, and why this is the smarter move. Because if you take just 10% of the 500 million, which would be 50 million downloads, and sort of, let's say that Pokemon was released today. Let's say they just did it. They released Pokemon, everyone gets what they want to see, and Pokemon was released, okay? And we just took 10% of the total demand of what Pokemon Go had, which would be 50 million downloads in 3 months. You would be looking at VEVE having a 200 times growth in a short window of time. And if you're not ready for something like that, if the preparation hasn't met the opportunity, then honestly, this success will not happen. It will not translate in the way we all want to see it happen. But that's actually okay. You know, we don't need to see Pokemon to see VEVE go on to make these big strides, to make these big moves. We actually want VEVE to take their time. We don't want them to rush this, because 50 million downloads is one thing, but actually being able to deliver the NFTs in a seamless way is another problem in itself. And you need to allow VEVE's tech team to develop. You need to allow them to sort of iron out their bugs, iron out the problems before we have this humongous influx of people coming into the application. And, you know, in my opinion, when they do, or if they do decide to release Pokemon, they need to be ready for it. The infrastructure needs to be ready for it. And for us to see this come into fruition and see this brand and see NFTs develop and see VEVE become this pinpoint, we need them to be able to be ready for it as well. Or else everything that we want and everything we believe and everything we dream of within VEVE could actually not happen if they were to introduce this right now. So another thing I wanted to sort of point out is how much licensed merchandise they've sold. because this can give us an idea about what we could actually see in terms of numbers generated within NFTs, within the introduction of Pokemon. And another reason why I just don't feel like the application is ready for this right now. So they've done over 76 billion in licensed merchandise. And if you've watched any of my other videos, I touched upon Jurassic Park being around 2 billion, which is one of their most recent introductions, or their sort of pipeline in this next quarter, what they're going to be introducing into VEVE. It just further validates and highlights my point. Pokemon is just too large right now for VEVE. You know, I want to buy these NFTs as well, but it's just too much. It's too much too soon. And I think we need to be patient with them. You know, this, in my opinion, is a long-term play. I'm in VEVE for the foreseeable future. I don't have an exit strategy right now. I don't want to exit VEVE right now. This is why I'm staying so up to date. This is why I've created the YouTube channel and why I want to educate people. You know, when we look at the most recent launch they had with the DeLorean, okay, it was an incredible launch. I think it highlighted some issues that they were ironing out, but it also highlighted the incredible demand that they also have as well. But this was the highest minted copies they had in terms of common, uncommon, and ultra rares that they introduced into their VEVE application. And I think it was about the total cumulative was 87,500 different NFTs were introduced through the Back to the Future launch. And they had some issues. There were hiccups that happened. The application crashed, which is all normal stuff. This is expected. This is what they want to have. This is what we want to see. Although I know sometimes you see people complaining, and I know people didn't get some people didn't get what they wanted and couldn't get into the application. I understand the frustration, but you've got to look at this from a demand point of view. They're ironing out the bugs right now. This influx into the applications, this sort of this demand on their servers, the problems, the bugs, everything they're ironing out. This is what you want VEVE to see. We want this kind of demand and this sort of steady growth. You know, they introduced a massive amount of NFTs this time in comparison to what they released before. 87,500 was a humongous growth for them. I think it was something like 5, 6, or 7 times more NFTs than they've ever introduced in the past. So if we then take this back to, you know, Pokemon and wanting to see Pokemon being brought into the NFT space, and we just do some basic maths here about, if, like I say, if 10% of the 500 million were to come over, 50 million downloads, they would have to mint millions of Pokemon NFTs. They would have to deliver millions of Pokemon NFTs to millions of different fans across the planet. And if you look at what they've done right now, we could even just do it right now on the fly. They did 87,500. If we can assume 50 million people were to download the app, let's say that 10% of those people actually bought an NFT. That's 5 million people, okay? And then you divide that 5 million by the 87,500, which was the total amount that they introduced in the DeLorean launch. You're looking at a 57 times growth in terms of delivery of products. And I just don't see that happening right now. You know, the maths doesn't make sense. The application of where they currently are doesn't make sense. But like I said before, that is okay. This is perfectly fine. We will hopefully see Pokemon in the future, but the space needs to be justified more before they bring in the largest media franchise on the planet. So we just need to be patient. We need to take our time, and we need to allow VEVE to do what they're doing. They have a lot of incredible people, a lot of smart minds in the team. They have a lot of incredible brands already on board. And look, I feel like, in my opinion, if these other brands hit properly and this mass adoption effect happens and this market starts to mature, I actually do believe that we could potentially see Pokemon being introduced into VEVE, or essentially into NFTs. So I think the last point I just want to touch on as well. Let me just have a little. Oh no, this is just me touched on previously that point that I made before, the 2.2 billion in Jurassic Park sales. So I think what I'll do is I'll leave that video here. This gives everyone food for thought. You know, we need to allow VEVE the time to grow, and Pokemon isn't really the right move right now, in my opinion. I do think what they're doing is smart. They're introducing passionate things, passionate brands already, these great licenses that we all want to see, that we all want to collect. And hopefully in the future, we'll see this juggernaut introduced. But let's be patient. Let's allow VEVE to grow. Let's give them the time to grow. And like I say, that if we sit with this for the long term and we allow them to mature and we watch this growth happen, hopefully in the future we see this come into fruition. So I want to say thank you for joining me on this video. I hope this is sort of giving you a little bit more room for thought about why this might not happen right now. And I hope you're enjoying my videos and what I'm bringing across. I'm really enjoying this and enjoying my journey within YouTube. And yeah, thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.